Dustin Siggins.
Jeff Akin.
Sir, nice to meet you. You're with?
I am with KLBW Radio. It's in Texarkana, Texas. We're right on the border of Arkansas and Texas, and so it's kind of a cool place to be. So we get Arkansas politics and Texas politics.
Arkansas politics. So you guys probably followed the Halter and Blanche Lincoln primary.
Yes, we did, and people were polling for the other, and yet Lincoln still came out somehow, some way. I think it was because the national folks poured a lot of money into that campaign at the last minute, sent her over the top. But in reality, though, as a strategist, Lincoln's the one you want because she's the weakest, and you can go after her a lot easier. You could go against Halter. Boozman, last time we checked, Rasmussen had him up like 63, 64 to 20 something. So he's doing well in Arkansas. She is not doing so well, and she has drawn the ire of a lot of Arkansans because her ads are coming out saying that how she's like this local person and she's just really wonderful at the grassroots level. When she went to Arkansas, she forgot about Arkansans. So so they will show their anger toward her in November.
And so on the Texas politics. Texas GOP is running on a platform, among other things, banning sodomy and I think banning adoptions by gay couples. I could be wrong. I mean, is that popular within the GOP conservatives?
Yeah, there's a real fight right now in Texas. We've got a fight between social conservatives and physical conservatives. Okay. In Texas, social conservatives rule. I mean, that's who votes in Texas. But we do have a fight, even within the GOP right now, that there are some more moderates trying to take over the GOP. Matter of fact,
in Texas?
Yep, and there's some libertarians that have infiltrated the party trying to do that as well. So it's a very interesting scenario we're facing right now in Texas. A lot of the grassroots people decided not to get involved after Medina got defeated, because that was their one, and so they decided, well, there's no point getting involved. And so what we try to do is rally people, say, yes, you must get involved, because a third-party option, especially in the state of Texas, is not a viable option. You just can't do it. And so what we have to do is rally the troops, get what we call the Christian conservatives engaged, and get them not only to the polls, but to their precinct conventions, get them to their county conventions, get them to the state convention, because it's the only way we're going to save the party in Texas.
Now, I don't know if you can say, but where do you fall on this social conservative versus fiscal conservative?
I am like really socially conservative, but I'm also fiscally conservative. I represent probably the large majority of Texans. The problem has been, though, that we basically, as social conservatives, we basically sit back and don't do a lot because we think, well, Texas is okay, we're good in Texas and all this other kind of stuff. And we don't know what's actually going on behind the scenes. I mean, just take Austin, for example. People joke about Austin being the People's Republic of Austin because it's so liberal. I mean, it's one of the most liberal cities in the state. But most of the grassroots people don't understand that kind of thing. And so we're really having to educate people about how this works, how elections work, how things happen. And the good news is people are becoming engaged. They are getting involved. And we're seeing a lot of changes in the great state of Texas.
Thank you very much, sir.
Man, thanks for this. Thanks for doing what you're doing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.